Good evening, everybody. We're coming from you live from Detroit. My name is Anita Gutierrez, and I am Clairol's top artists, and I am here to talk to you tonight about contouring. Contouring tonight will be with blondes. I want to show you our new ice blue in Kaleidocolors. We'll go over formulas later, don't worry about that. But I really want to reference on contouring. It's done with makeup all the time, okay? I have found that my clients are understanding contouring around the face. Yes, we do foil after foil after foil. And then we do the balayage. I am so a freehand painter. I love it. I love baby lights, but I love contouring. You can contour not only with blondes, you can contour with reds, you can contour with brunettes, any color level you want, any color line you want, it is amazing. When you start referencing this to your clients, it's a whole new life experience for them. It's a newness to them. They are going to love being a customized client. This is big in our field because, you know, I feel like if you don't reinvent yourself, you stay stagnant. Guys, this is the new part of Lightening now, okay? Customize your color, not one size fits all. All face shapes are different. Round, square, oblong. Customize to where you get brightness in the eyes, accentuate the jawline, and then accentuate the brightness on the ends. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna absolutely love it, and your client is gonna love it too. Now, I want to introduce somebody here, and I am so glad she's here with me.
Hi everyone, I'm Wendy from San Diego. I'm here answering your questions on the Facebook Live event, so make sure to say where you're from, your name, and your question, and I'll be answering as fast as I can.
Thanks, Wendy. Okay, I don't want to go too fast because I really want to take my time. I want to reference, do you have any questions? Did I got my peeps out there looking at me? I hope they are. Please sign in. Give a shout out to us all, please. Give us some love. I think that this Facebook Live thing is an amazing experience for a stylist because how wonderful is this to get free education? So really, you guys really need to tune into this. Okay, now, let's talk about what we used. Clairol Professional has reinvented Kaleidocolors. Kaleidocolors lifts and tones all in one process. Thank God we got a clay-based color now. We got a clay-based powder. No covering, only if you want to put it in foil, that's totally up to you, no need. But the ice blue is a beautiful way to get a very cool blonde. You can mix it with 10, 20, or 30. I mixed my models here today with 30, and I'm going to show you that live model at the end. I also used my favorite, BW. Okay, I did baby lights all around the face to contour, and then I switched every other part of the hair. I did BW, I did it with 20 volume. And then I switched to the other foil. I used Kaleidocolors Ice Blue, 30 volume. So I wanted the different depth of the blondes. Hello, darling. Okay, so today we're here to learn contouring, right? Okay, so let's talk about contouring the face. This is my model. As you can see, I've kind of started on her. I wanted to show you a difference between when your client walks in your chair and she says, I want to be really blonde. What I see in the salon are mostly people just, all right, let me just foil almost the whole head. There you go. And that's okay if that's what they want. But listen, customize them. Make them have contouring around the face. So what we did with this side, your usual foil patterns, okay? And when I foil, and I do foil, okay? Because some clients love foiling. I do them horizontal because I know all clients with long hair or short try to put their hair up. So when you put them in an angle, all over like this, all the way up, going up, hair in between, angling, going up, you're going to get a beautiful, no lines. It's going to go right to the head like it's meant to be there. It's a beautiful look. Okay. At this point, I'm going to take this and show you how easy it is just to foil. What I do on this side is I weave two and I slice one. I weave two and I slice one. The more blonde they want to be, the more slices I add. I'm going to bring my little tray out here. Any questions at all, Wendy? What's going on over there?
No questions? Yes,
no questions?
People are rolling in.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should stop. Should we wait? They said no. You late birds, that's your problem. Okay. So again.
Watch it later.
What's that?
You can watch it later since the video is saved on the Facebook.
So again, here's my partings. I did it again on an angle. I'm going to slice it in. Nice thin slice. Shouldn't take too thick of one. Oops. Sorry about that, peeps. Again, this is done when you have foils all over the head. I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a moneymaker. But start talking about contouring. Start talking about balayages and baby lights. People love different lingo. And I guarantee you they're going to allow you to do that to their hair.
Anita, we have a question here.
Oh, good. We got a brave one?
A brave one. We got Nicole here.
Nicole. Where's she from? Where are you from, Nicole?
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know where Nicole's from.
Okay. It doesn't matter?
She wants to know if you can contour with balayage too. Is it just foils or just balayage?
Oh, absolutely not. You know what, Nicole? A great question. Okay. You can balayage definitely with contouring. But let me tell you why I like to do it in foils. Okay. When you're contouring a client, the hair around their face is the softest texture you're going to find on a head of hair. So just know that when you contour or foil, that this piece here should be a lesser developer added. I never do 30 volume here because when you do that, because it being so fine and you taking baby lights, it will be the whitest there is and it comes up quick as heck. But that's the way I do as far as contouring. Okay, definitely you can contour with balayage. Let me tell you, I'm all about brushes. Love brushes. Now, if you're going to contour this with balayage, make sure, because you're working closer to the scalp, you use a littler brush, a thinner brush. Because look how you can get in almost right to the scalp. See that? Now, if I would have used this big old baby, sometimes you're going to get very thick lines, okay? Use a smaller brush towards the hairline. You can stop, and then you can use your bigger brush on the ends.
Same question, or same person, Nicole wants to know. What volume did you use around the face when you contoured?
When I contour it, I don't use anything more than a 20, depending on the texture of the hair. If the hair is fine, I'll pretty much use a 10, because that's the first thing I use in a foil, and I contour it because I put it in a foil because I want it to bake. I'm funny about that. It's like a baked potato. I want that lightness to come up nice. So that's why I place my contouring in the front with foils. And really quick, let me just tell you something. Now, my particular model, he's a mannequin, but doesn't have any what we call baby hairs. Is that what you call them, Wendy? What do we call them? Baby hairs.
Baby hairs.
So many clients have baby hairs. Okay, do not pick up the baby hairs. When you pick up the baby hairs in a contouring, when they come out, it looks like they've got a chemical cut. Leave them out. Leave them out. It's not good. So I'm going to use this is what I love baby lights, okay? I think baby lights and balayage should always be together. Because baby lights, when I'm balayaging, I'll do 2 balayages and a baby light. Because it melts the color much nicer. It gives you a much softer, feathered look. Okay guys, when you're applying this, real quick, this is what you want to do, right? Don't do that. Take a little bit on your brush and feather it at the top. Because what's going to happen about her line of demarcation? It's going to be one straight line and she's going to hate it. So make sure you feather the roots. Again, we're doing blonde tonight, okay? Summer's here. I call this brightening up blondes. And blondes love it, okay? They do. So if they want to brighten around their face, sometimes you don't have a whole 2 hours to foil or balayage. So sometimes it takes maybe 5 foils. Oh,
sorry.
No, it's okay. Sometimes it takes maybe 5 foils, okay? So you can just contour. I'm sorry. No, wrong one, love. Hold on a second. I'm going to bring her right back to show you what I do. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, fold it. Bring it back and fold it. Now, as you can see, I still have it down here. I take this part and I keep contouring around the face. I probably do 2 back-to-backs, but I weave them. I don't slice them because I don't want stripes. I want the line to be really soft. So I'm taking this contour right here. I'm going right underneath and I'm adding baby lights. See how easy you can see through them? Those are baby lights. You know what I love too about contouring? It's not one size fits all. You know, like all foils probably look all alike after they leave. They're pretty blondes, I get it. But this particular technique is a one size doesn't fit all. Every face is different, whether it be round, whether she wants brightness, whether she wants lowness. Work whatever the client likes. And you know what I love too? We all work with our phones right next to us. I mean, that's my business. That's what I do. Pinterest is my go-to. How about you, Wendy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I love visuals. I love modern visuals, and this is where you're going to get them on Pinterest. So whenever I'm talking about lightening, you know, making somebody red, a brunette, I always reference Pinterest. It's my go-to.
Okay. We have a question here from Denise. She wants to know, what are baby lights? What's different from a highlight? What's a baby light?
Totally. Great question. What was her name?
Denise.
Hi, Denise. Okay. When you're contouring or when you're lightening, baby lights are just what you feel. Very, very, very fine. I've seen medium weaves. I've seen small weaves. They're too thick. You've got to take the finest weave you can get for a baby light. That's why they're called baby lights. See this little bit of hair? That's a baby light. Okay? This is going to go back here. I'm still contouring. Okay? I'm going to take this hair. I'm going to barely move it back. I'm going to take one more baby light because I want to add a lot of brightness around the jawline. Baby lights. And like I said again, it can be done on any hair color. It can be done on a redhead. This is contouring. I cannot tell you how many people ask me, how do you get that brightness? I wanted it around my face. I needed it. So I contoured all around my face.
I have a double question over here.
Double?
Too. Double trouble.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
We have Nicole and we have Anita Gutierrez from San Diego.
What's her name? Gutierrez?
Yeah.
Hey girl, shout it out.
I don't know if she's your cousin or
Is she my cousin?
Maybe. Well, the two-part question is, how do you decide how to contour each face shape?
That's exactly right.
And
I
then
love it.
wants to specifically know what's the best contour for a round face shape.
I love those questions. Okay. As you're sitting, your client is sitting for her consultation, look at her face. Okay? Take her hair back. Is she round? Is she square? There's so many shapes. Round faces are my favorite face to contour. This is my trick for contouring round faces. You should always add brightness for the eyes to pop. You should always add lightness here on the ends. But to make that face not be so round, add some depth right in her jawline. Right? And it comes down and it actually takes away the roundness like that. It's an amazing thing. We did a model today. God love her, Brittany. I'm going to show you later. We did before and afters on her, and I'm so would like to show them to you, but we can't. We'll probably show them to you afterwards. But the difference in her face was amazing. Amazing. Isn't that right, Brittany?
Marla wants to know, is contouring just lightening?
No, absolutely not. Marla, great question. Is contouring just lightening? No. It's more so you can add both lightening and lowlights in the depth, but when you're contouring for brightness, then yes, it's lightening. When you're contouring to specifically take away a jawline, you may have to add some lowlights in there, but with brightness. So depending on how you want your client to look. What's that?
That's a good answer.
Is that what they said, or is that what you said, Wendy?
That's what I said. But I know they're all thinking it at home too, right?
Are they? Are they? Okay, guys, I'm going to do one more baby light, okay? I like to do two of them back to back, but I always put hair in between. I don't want a stripe on the top of that head. I just want a nice soft contour. And baby lights, when you start using them on your balayages, your ombres, sombres, however you want to say it, I know that we got lots of different names out there. Include them when you're doing lightening, like every other one, add a baby light. Balayage, ombre, add a baby light. You'll see how the color melts amazingly in the hair, the after effect. Okay, this here, I want you to see this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 foils. Now you have to take into consideration the texture of your client. Sometimes they've got some really thick hair and you're going to need to add maybe 2 or 3 more. She has very fine hair. This Chantel? I think so. But so I don't want to add a big stripe. Be careful. It can get away from you. Make sure they're very soft baby highlights. Make sure you're feeling the texture of the hair. Then, this is all I wanted to add to her hair. So when we take her down, I'll show you the effects on my a mannequin. But then you can just go right in here and start your painting. There are totally different ways. There's not one good way to do this. But I'm going to tell you something. I do many of these. I still love, I don't care what anybody says. I know you guys are like, I'm so tired of backcombing at the root. It works. It totally works. You will get the softest blend. And you don't have to go crazy so you're at the bowl. You can't brush them out. Very easily brushed out. Very easily. And when you do that backcombing, see my hand and you can see through it? That is when you know you can place your color just like this. And you're going to get the softest blend ever.
We have another question.
Good.
Emery again. She wants to know if you ever balayage in foils, or do you just let them be outside in the air?
Okay, well, if you're going to balayage in foils, that means you're using a lightener that shouldn't be touching any other piece of hair. Because if it does, what happens? If it's not clay-based, it's going to rub off on the other hair. So this one I'm going to use right now is BW2. Like I said, I'm mixing it up. But the next one, I would be using Kaleidocolors. Remember, Kaleidocolors Ice Blue is clay-based. No need to put it in a foil. But my preference for using Kaleidocolors, my trick is use 30 volume. Use 30 volume because, listen, you're not putting it in a foil, you're not using saran wrap, it's out in the air. So what happens is clay-based, so it closes, it dries, but the inside stays wet. So I feel like the 30 volume really works well with the Kaleidocolors Icy Blue. Remember to feather, guys. Feather that top.
Always feather.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to turn her around. I used, let me get her around here. Kaleidocolors. Here, I painted it on. I'm funny, I'm a saran wrap girl. If I'm not using a foil, I slap it with saran wrap. I think it's just in my head. I just know that it's going to bake better. I know I'm going to get the prettiest blonde, right? That's just my way. Totally, it's not the right way, it's not the best way, it's Anita's way, right? Everybody's got their own way. But here we are. Some are baby lights, some are just painted free-handed. The more you paint free-handed, make sure you're adding some up here, because what's going to happen if you only did here would be a line. Okay. Any other questions, Wendy?
So far, we've gone through all of them.
You know what I want to talk about too before we go on? Okay, we reference into what products we're using, what hair color to use. Do you ever school your clients on what product to use? Maintenance? That's huge. You should always have your clients, because they maintain their hair at home, I always ask them, what are you using? Because they're telling you, my hair color is not staying, you know, this and that. School them, guys, school them. They're gonna need to know what kind of shampoo. Do they need masks in between? If they're blonding, they definitely need a mask in between. Maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But if you're blonding, make sure you're telling them to use. Can I just, over here, pan over here? Okay. This is your friend. Been around forever. It's an oldie but a goodie, but it's Shimmer Lights. It is the best toning you can do at home without using any sort of chemical. It's a great shampoo. And then of course we have the I Thrive products, we have the masks, we have the straightener, we have the keratin. But school your clients on maintenance. It's huge. Yes?
Glennis wants to know, what product do you recommend for balayage? What kind of bleach is the best? What type of bleach?
Okay.
Clay-based?
Right. Okay, so I do many different levels. I do many ethnicities. I don't only do blondes, okay? I do Asians, I do Latinas, I do black, I do it all. So, depending on which lightener you use will depend on how light your client wants to go. Okay? Balayage is fabulous, fabulous for levels maybe 5 and up. Okay? It's fabulous because it's clay-based. You can move on with it. And if they just don't want it the lightness, you know, when you're using balayage, just know because it's not packed in foil, it doesn't come out as light. My go-to powder is BW. BW will lighten amazingly. Okay? I balayage with it. I just put a foil right over it and I move on. I balayage with BW. I can use up to 30 volume with BW and I know I'm going to get a great, great blonde. That's my preference of lightener. We're good? Okay, look. Is this Chantel?
It's our girl Chantel.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry. Normally I would tell it to bend over, but it's not working like this.
Girl lost her head.
Girl lost her head.
Or her body, I would say.
But this is contouring. This is contouring right here. I think it's the softest, prettiest blonde. This is the result of what I did on the mannequin. This, I want to show you really quick. This is the side that was foiled. See how everything is in one direction? Okay? That's the difference between foiling and contouring. It's a much, much natural, prettier blonde, and you can still see the definition of another color which was her base. So you don't get every hair in a foil.
So, I just want to say thank you for everyone for giving us her questions. It's really cool to see how everyone from all over the country is tuning in to see us. So thank you very much for all the questions that we have here. Just keep them coming along. I'll try to answer them again as fast as I can while we showcase our model right now. So we have Brittany over here, so over here.
Okay. This is our model, Brittany. Okay. She came in this morning. Let me tell you a little bit about Brittany. I love talking to my clients. I love to find out what they do for a living, if they have any kids. I don't try to be nosy, but I think it's a real impersonal thing, and I think they like that.
Absolutely.
Didn't you? Okay, so this morning, this wonderful looking model came in. And so I said to her, so you know you're going to be blonder, you know, this is what we're going to do. And she's like, no problem. I said, what do you do for a living? And she looks at me and she says, I breathe fire. I'll say, you do what? She says, yes, I am a fire breather. I'm a dancer. I'm like, okay. I've never done a fire breather's hair. This is my first for me. So I thought that was really exciting. Excuse me. So guys, beach waves. Again, I know we did blonde contouring, but this is what they want to see. She already was blonde when she came, but not really the blonde she needed to be for her face, okay? She needed the brightness around her beautiful eyes. Check those beautiful eyes out, okay? She needed that, okay? I loved the fact that we added that. It looks so much brighter. Oh. So, this iron. I'm going to do beach waves with this iron. How many of you have used a GHD iron? The greatest iron that right, Wendy, the greatest iron that lives. I love this iron. It's a curling iron, but it's a flat curl. I love the fact that it talks to you too. Right? Yes.
Anita, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Sue Brandt. She wants to hear a little bit more about face shapes and contouring. So, any advice on different face shapes?
Definitely. Depending on what you want to enhance and not enhance. Let me tell you something with a reference. Look at makeup contouring. Do you want bigger, brighter eyes? Do you want a jawline that really shows or some nice cheekbones? Do you want to accentuate the jawbone? Think about that. To me, bright eyes, to make your eyes brighter, you've got to add a little bit of contour of lightness, right? Okay, when you want the shape to not be so round, this is where you add the depth, right in the jawline. It adds also movement when she does her hair. It's amazing. There are square shapes, totally different. Square shapes should be pretty bright all the way around, okay? But easy on the bottom because you want to take away that jawline. Focus from the here to the cheekbone on square shapes. But I don't want to get into so many square shapes because it is about shapes, but it's more about their face. It's more about the color that they are. What do you like about yourself? She said, I love my blue eyes. I didn't know she had such a bright blue eyes till I did this. So it's all about what you want to see and what the client wants to see. Thank you so much. Okay.
We have a really good question.
Yes, ma'am.
From Nicole again.
Hey, Nicole, thanks for watching, girl.
Nicole Slinch. She wants to know if we toned her hair and what did we use to tone her hair.
Nicole, thank you for asking that. You know, you get kind of nervous when you're out here. It's my first time on Facebook Live, so you know. I love that question. I'm all about toners. Even if I used the Kaleidocolors, remember, Kaleidocolors lifts and tones, I didn't worry about that. But the BW needed some toning, okay? Have you heard of the V's from Clairol? Clairol has the most beautiful level 8 V's, 9 V's, and 10 V's. I love using them as toners. It is normally a 1-to-1 ratio mix. If you're using them as a toner, don't go over a 10 volume, please. And when you've just pre-lightened a head of hair, I mix 1 to 1.5 ratio in developer because I want a much sheer violet-based color. Sometimes when you've just lightened somebody's hair like this, it is so open, the follicles are so open that it sucks in a lot of the tone. So I play it safe. I do it right after I shampoo with the bowl. Shampoo her, I put her toner on right there and I don't leave her. Don't leave her because it'll probably take 5 minutes, maybe. Up to 5 minutes, maybe 6. That's a great question. But those toners are amazing. They're actually, I use them as toners. They're actually beautiful colors also. I love the live-in curls, man. I love the beach waves. I think they're beautiful. Brittany has never had her hair, doesn't have her hair blow dried a lot. And that's cool because she likes to keep, you know, wants to take care of it a lot. But we blow dried her and then we curled her. And she was like, wow, I love it. Okay, really quick. I use just a little bit of a cream. Look at that. See the contour? What do you think?
I think it looks great. It made my face like a lot like less red. It took a lot of the redness out of it, and I think it just gives me like a softer look overall.
Totally, totally. And it totally contoured this. Okay? She was very square. She's beautiful, but she had a square shaped face. At this point, it doesn't look square at all.
Anita?
Yes.
Here we have another question from Sue. Sue Grant. She wants to know if you can talk a little bit more about skin tones and warmth and cool tones. What goes best?
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, great question. Sue, great question. She wants to talk about skin tones and warmth and coolness. My girl Brittany had the warmest skin I'd ever seen. She did. It was very, very warm. To the point where I asked her if she was in the sun. She said, no, she's just like that. But her hair had warmth in it also. Do the opposite. So it made her look really, really warm. So I knew she needed a little bit of coolness going on in that hair to take the warmth out of her face and her skin tone. And it worked beautifully. So normally if their skin is warm, don't add more warmth to it. Add some coolness to it. You don't have to go so ashy. You can go a very sheer cool. I think that's what we did here. It's a soft cool, but I totally don't see the warmth that I did when I picked her.
I feel like with the contouring, it just brings her out.
Oh, it brightens up. It just brightens. It's enhancing. It is something that you can use in your salon that makes you feel new again. Makes you feel like, wow, I know I can balayage, I know I can foil, but why don't we start contouring? Start using that word when you're doing your clients, and they're going to get next people in that chair. What is she doing over there? It's true. It's so amazing how that works. People, they get bored too. They need a little change. Not much of a change, but sometimes just a little bit of a change made a difference in Brittany's hair. It was amazing.
Seriously.
Right? Remember, there's not only contouring for blondes, there's contouring for reds and brunettes and very dark hairs. You just can't get this blonde contour around them so much. But you can contour any color, any level you like. Oh, I think we got another question.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a question from Glenson. What do you recommend a client that has a level 5
Yep.
color, that wants dimensional highlights? Like what?
Is she a level 5 naturally?
She said,
That's totally doable.
not sure.
Okay.
I would say the Kaleidocolors would be a good.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if she's a level 5.
Yeah, level 5.
She's a level 5, natural level 5. Even if she has a level 5 color on her, just make sure if you use, I would use the ice blue Kaleidocolors, make sure you use 30 volume, okay? And if you'd like to, you can leave it out because remember it's clay based. But if I'm working on a level 5, I'm gonna cover up. I'm gonna just cover it up with foil and move on. Not with foil, I'm sorry, the saran wrap. Because I just think it helps a little bit to keep the heat in there.
What I like about the Kaleidocolors is
Yes.
that you can lift and tone at the same time.
It's my fave. It's my fave.
For dimension, she can try the other tones also and have different.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Kaleidocolors doesn't only come in ice blue. Kaleido comes in neutral, and it comes in violet. So you don't always need the blue-based. Remember, the blue-based Kaleidocolors is the strongest base. It will lift you 6 levels. The other ones will lift you 5. Okay, which is fine if that's what you want to use. But if she doesn't want such a brightness, then use the Kaleidocolors Violet. That's beautiful. The Kaleidocolors Neutral is absolutely beautiful on a level 6. It's gorgeous. If you've ever not tried it, you should try that. Wrap up. Okay, guys, listen. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, man, shout out to everybody that came. Wendy, thank you for all your great questions. And people, take care of yourself. Hope to see you again.
Thank you everyone for your questions, and I hope I answered them as well as I could on the comments. And thanks, Anita, for letting me be a part of this.
Oh, I loved it. Thanks, Wendy.
Thanks, Marlo.
Thank you, Marlo Beauty.